These are the stories topping the news. NISS first formers receive new laptops, new ballot boxes effective this polling day, and police released video of fatal shooting of Cleveland boy. Good afternoon and welcome to ZIZ's Midday Newscast for Thursday, November 27th, 2014. I am JD Keynes. Now the news in detail. While public school first formers on Nevis will have the delivery of their laptops delayed, dozens of students at the Nevis International Secondary School were all smiles as they received their brand new Dell laptops on Tuesday. During the brief handing over ceremony, Joy Napier, the school's principal, thanked the Ministry of Education for the one-to-one laptop initiative, which she described as a pioneer program.
It's a program that has been going on for several years now. With extreme success, we have seen several generations of first formers receiving laptop computers that enable them to access information far beyond our islands. And so we are very happy here at the school to be a part of this program today. We are happy that our first formers and all first formers across the Federation can benefit from this and can be part of the new wave of technology and integrate themselves into the global community of technology that is happening in today.
Minister of Information Technology, the Honorable Glenn Phillip, said the program is evaluated annually in order to provide students with the most up-to-date laptops.
We have the Dell Latitude 3340, which is an upgrade to that we provided to our students last year. Each year, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Information Technology, we look at the program and assess the program and see what are the latest laptops that could be used in this program at this time.
Scores of teenagers graduated from the Gingerland Secondary School this morning, Thursday, during a ceremony at the Gingerland Methodist Church on Nevis. The 41st annual ceremony was held under the patronage of Mrs. Jennifer Liebert and featured speeches by Chairperson Pearlie Van Wilkin and Premier and Education Minister, the Honorable Vance Amory. The valedictory speeches were delivered by Cordesia Walters on behalf of the CSEC students and Randall Williamson on behalf of the CCSLC students. Former student Eric Evelyn delivered the keynote address. We'll have more on this morning's graduation ceremony in a subsequent newscast. Several persons on St. Kitts Nevis have been presented with challenge coins embedded with Alexander Hamilton's image and favorite quote. Hamilton impersonator Dr. William Crystal has been distributing them as tokens of appreciation to people who witnessed his performance this week. During an interview with ZIZ News, Dr. Crystal explained the significance of the coin.
Military people make these up with their units, information on them, and when you leave a unit, they give you one of these, and if you run into people later on from the same unit in a place of refreshment, you put your coin down, and if your friend does not have his or her coin, they have to buy the first round. That's the origin of the challenge coin.
Dr. Crystal then explained the significance of what was embedded on the coin.
In case there are two mottos on it that have a lot to do with Hamilton. There's a birth date and image on the front, but on the back, the first is something that his eulogist asks when he was, after he'd been killed and was being buried. It is, would Hamilton do this thing? His motto was the second thing on this. It was Latin. He got it in the islands from his mentor, Hugh Knox, Dr. Hugh Knox, and translated into English. It's on the coin. Truth is powerful and will prevail.
That was Dr. William Crystal. We move now to news on the regional scene. Dominica's electoral office collaborated to bring voters a special report on a new ballot box being introduced effective this general elections. Chief Elections Officer Stephen LaRocque takes viewers inside the security procedures relating to polling day.
End of the day, the presiding officer now has to empty out the ballot box to count the ballots in the box. So I'm going to have to open one lock. We provide with scissors to cut the tie. Some securities. Then the seal that is placed at the close of the day is removed. It can be torn off. So the cover all the ballots in the box is turned over on the table for the presiding officer to count the ballots in the presence of the candidates, agents, and any elector who's available.
Jamaica says it is moving to host the Woodstock Festival, one of the world's biggest music festivals. Junior Tourism and Entertainment Minister Damian Crawford says he has already held discussions with promoters of the festival, and if things go according to plan, the event could be staged in Jamaica soon. Crawford said if the discussions are positive, he will be pushing to get private sector support instead of having the government being engaged in the planning, promotion and staging of the festival. The festival is widely regarded as a pivotal moment in popular music history, with groups such as the Rolling Stone among those to have performed at the event. Internationally, Cleveland police released a video yesterday of a police shooting a 12-year-old boy who was waving a fake gun. 2 Cleveland police officers have been placed on administrative leave in the investigation. Dean Reynolds has the details.
What happened at the park Saturday night and why remains as cloudy as the surveillance tape that captured it. The person waving what looked like a weapon was 12-year-old Tamir Rice, and while one passerby did not seem all that concerned by his behavior, a different bystander, seated there in the gazebo, called 911.
And there was a guy there with a pistol, you know, it's probably fake, but he's like pointing it at everybody.
Twice more, the caller questioned whether the weapon was a real gun.
He keeps pulling it in and out of his pants. I don't know if it's real or not.
A patrol car was sent, but the caller's doubts about the weapon were never conveyed by the dispatcher.
In the park by the youth center, there's a black male sitting on the swings. He's wearing a camouflage hat, a gray jacket with black sleeves. So he keeps pulling a gun out of his pants and pointing it at people.
Less than 2 seconds after a police cruiser pulled up, the boy was fatally shot.
Radio, shots fired, male down, black male, maybe 20, black revolver.
That's a legitimate question.
When reporters questioned why the police pulled up so close to the boy and opened fire almost immediately, Deputy Chief Edward Tomba said that's still under investigation, but added that the youngster ignored commands to put his hands up.
His door was open as he pulled up, and he was yelling 3 commands. He yelled 3 times as they pulled up.
But it wasn't a revolver, and while it looked like a semi-automatic handgun, what the 12-year-old was holding was a toy pellet gun.
This is a BB gun.
Cleveland community activist Reggie Rucker says these realistic toys are a huge problem when a white cop meets a black kid.
What I have said to the kids in this area is that don't do this. The police will kill you.
And Jim, this shooting comes in the middle of a Justice Department investigation of the Cleveland police for the use of excessive force, including unreasonably deadly force.
2 specially chosen turkeys, Mac and Cheese, were trained and groomed for their moment on stage at the White House for Thanksgiving yesterday. Chip Reed has the details.
Cole Cooper of Cooper Farms in Ohio spent the past 5 months deciding which 2 of his turkeys have the right temperament. He and his father Gary, who's this year's chairman of the National Turkey Federation, showed us what usually happens when you put a turkey on a table.
Whoa! Like I said,
that's what you don't want to happen at the White House, right?
Yep.
So, turkey could hurt the president if it were so inclined.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got to train it well enough that that's not going to happen.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Almost for sure.
Almost for sure. You can't guarantee.
I can't guarantee anything.
To improve the odds, Cole Cooper worked day and night, getting Mac and Cheese used to all kinds of disturbances, including his 1-year-old son. After a bath and a hot lamp treatment, the two stars were chauffeured from Ohio to Washington earlier this week, posing for photos along the way.
Once they got to Washington, they didn't stay just anywhere. No, they stayed in royal splendor. They had their own room here at the Willard, one of Washington's oldest and finest hotels.
Cheese?
At the White House today, Cheese behaved, and the loudest sound in the room just might have been Gary and Cole Cooper breathing a sigh of relief. Chip Reed, CBS News, Washington.
And now the weather. Today is expected to be sunny with temperatures reaching a high of 29 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. Winds will blow from the east-northeast at a speed of 15 to 25 miles per hour. We are expected to see clear skies this evening, followed by showers overnight. And that's it for ZIZ's Midday Newscast. Join us at 6:30 on radio and 7 p.m. on ZIZ Channel 5 when we present our major news package. I have been your presenter, JD Keynes. Have a great day.